television. Please share this video virally, pun not intended, across your social media networks. I think this will be the biggest story in the world in the next few days as this progresses. Coronavirus, no, not the beer, the actual virus that is airborne has already infected thousands like the Black Plague of generations past, and people are dying in the streets. In fact, if this is accurate, I'm looking at a tweet right now from Max who says this: people are literally dying on the streets of China. 20 million people across 3, now 4 major cities on lockdown in a complete martial law FEMA camp scenario. They are not allowed to get on trains, board airplanes. They've been alerted not to go into city centers, don't go shopping, standing in line at hospitals as people collapse and die in the streets. Now, this is spread across the globe. We had the first confirmed case in the United States just about a day ago. And of course, this has moved, I think, also in Washington state. And we are seeing this progress in not just places like Australia, parts of Asia, Singapore, Europe, now in 11 countries and more, spreading by the second at an unprecedented rate. At the same time, the World Health Organization is considering an upgrade to a level 3 threat assessment. Now, we are currently at level 2. Now, keep in mind, when we get to level 3, we're talking martial law in the United States of America. By the way, gas masks are selling out on Amazon. I checked earlier this morning. They were sold out on 9 out of 10 suppliers that I checked with. I actually ordered some more of them. You should have all this stuff on hand, by the way. I mean, why would you not prepare? I've been telling you to prepare for years now as a part of geopolitical conflict, events like this, deadly disease, potential nuclear warfare. The list goes on and on and on. Now, the WHO director just said that each country is on its own. And then they tell you, they give you the advice to wash your hands. WTF, this user says. So let's just break down the symptoms and how to diagnose if you have been infected with this deadly disease in the same family and virus strain family, from what I've read, as SARS. And then we'll get into the origin of where they think this has come from. And then I'll delve into some things that I think, well, it probably will be eye-opening for a lot of you, because this plays into not just climate change, but also the agenda of people like Bill Gates that, of course, are pro-vaccination and stand to profit in the billions and billions by providing the solution to the Black Death that has just been released to the public. Isn't that convenient? I think it'll also be harnessed and utilized as a weapon of not just psychological and physical warfare, but fear, as the mainstream media is going to pump this threat level to such a high degree it could potentially send not just Americans here in the United States of America into a panic, and what we're already seeing all around the world, an absolute frenzy. In addition to that, Wall Street is warning. The indicators on Wall Street, Dow selling off today quite aggressively. We saw this with the SARS outbreak years ago. This could be the recipe for a total economic shutdown, so to speak, as people stop spending money, stop visiting Disneyland, stop going to the mall because they don't want to get sick. Now, what's very, very dangerous about these symptoms and diagnosis is it's very similar to the general flu. So those getting it and dropping dead in the streets of China don't know if they just have a typical flu, and those are the symptoms, or they have this brand new virulent, and what many fear, biologists fear, could be a mutating strain of Black Death. Here are the symptoms from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. I'll put a link below so you can read this for yourself in preparation of your own family if and when a quarantine is declared here in the United States in your city, state, or town, as has just been declared in China, again affecting 20+ million people, as the Chinese are downplaying the severity, I believe, of this emergency. Now, look, I don't trust governments anywhere. I especially don't trust the tyrannical government of China, the same government that beats its pro-democracy, liberty-loving protesters with American flags in Hong Kong. This is a tyrannical surveillance